If you're a business owner or executive over 35 and you're frustrated because you train hard, you eat healthily, and you still can't shift that stubborn belly fat, this video is for you. You're disciplined, you show up, you put the work in, yet your body doesn't reflect that effort. And eventually, most men start blaming willpower, motivation, or age. Some even assume that this is just what happens once you're successful and busy. But in my experience, that's rarely the truth. My name is Harry Knights, and I work one-to-one with entrepreneurs and executives who are successful in their business and career, but unhappy with their energy, recovery, and body composition. And time again, the problem isn't effort. The problem is that something underneath the surface is working against them. And today, I want to walk you through the 4 blood markers that can completely change how your body responds to your training, nutrition, and therefore fat loss. And unfortunately, these are things that most doctors don't routinely check unless you ask. And once you understand them, the fixes are often far simpler than you'd expect. So here's something important to understand. Your body is not a calculator that rewards effort equally. 2 men can eat the same calories, train the same way, and get completely different results. That's because hormones, inflammation, insulin, and nutrient levels act like the control system behind the scenes. If those are off, your body becomes resistant to fat loss and muscle gain, no matter how hard you push. This is why some men feel like they're running through mud with heavy weighted shoes. Work is there, but the outcome isn't. So let's talk about what actually matters. Now, the first thing we need to test is testosterone, but not the one you think. Most men have heard about testosterone, and most doctors will check total testosterone. Here's the issue. Total testosterone doesn't tell you how much testosterone your body can actually use. What really matters is free testosterone. Think of total testosterone like money in your bank account. Some of it is locked up in investments, and you can't touch it today. Free testosterone is the cash in your wallet. That's what your body can spend right now. If your free testosterone is low, even if your total number looks normal, fat loss slows down, recovery gets worse, energy drops, and muscle gain becomes harder. And unfortunately, many men are told your testosterone is normal and sent on their way, even though their body composition and energy say otherwise. If you want clarity, ask for both the total and free testosterone numbers. Write these numbers down and track them over time. It isn't about jumping to extreme solutions. It's about understanding what your body is actually working with. The next test is one that most men have never actually heard of: high sensitivity C-reactive protein, often called CRP. This is a marker of chronic inflammation. Think of inflammation like a slow-burning fire under the hood. You might not feel it directly, but it quietly damages recovery, metabolism, and muscle growth. Higher CRP levels are linked to poorer physical performance, weaker strength, slower recovery, and higher health risks as men age. If this number is elevated, your body struggles to respond to training properly. You don't build muscle as efficiently, you don't lose fat easily, and you probably feel more tired than you should. But the good news is this is very fixable. By adopting the following habits, you will be able to fix this pretty sharpish. So firstly, focus on your sleep, not just more quantity, but better quality of sleep as well. So things like reducing blue light before bed, reducing afternoon caffeine, and supplement with magnesium glycinate before bed. Walking is another habit that will help with this, along with consistent resistance training and focusing on high quality whole foods in your diet rather than ultra processed rubbish. When inflammation drops, your body will finally start listening again. Now, test 3 is testing fasting insulin, which is the metabolic warning light. This is one of the most important markers for stubborn belly fat. Insulin's job is to move sugar from your blood into your cells so you can use it for energy. When everything works well, insulin acts like a key opening a door. But over time, with stress, poor sleep, inactivity, and poor diet, that lock gets real rusty. The key doesn't work as well. So your body makes more insulin to force the door open. And this insulin resistance, here's the problem. You can have normal blood sugar and still have high insulin. High fasting insulin is linked to belly fat, low testosterone, fatigue, brain fog, slow recovery, and increased disease risk. This test is like a check your engine light on in a car. It shows your trouble before things actually break down completely. And if this number is high, fat loss becomes an uphill battle, no matter how clean your diet looks on paper. And the final test is vitamin D. Most men underestimate how important this is. Vitamin D acts like a charger for your system. When levels are low, recovery slows, muscle strength drops, testosterone declines, fat loss becomes harder. Even men who live in sunny countries are often deficient because of indoor lifestyles, sunscreen and limited sun exposure. Get tested, get sunlight when possible, supplement if needed, and recheck levels a couple times per year. This is one of the easiest wins most men miss. So why does this matter as a man chasing high performance? Well, as your career grows, your margin for error gets smaller. You don't have time to guess. You don't have time to grind blindly. You don't have time to fight your own biology. And if your hormones, inflammation, insulin, and nutrients are off, your body becomes inefficient. And inefficiency always shows up as belly fat, low energy, and frustration. This is why data matters. This is exactly what I help entrepreneurs and executives do one-to-one. We don't guess and we don't chase trends. We look at the data and fix the bottleneck, and then build systems that support performance, energy, and body composition. If you're doing the work but not getting the results, it's time to stop just pushing harder and start working smarter. And if you want help interpreting your blood work, fixing these underlying issues, and finally getting your body to respond, reach out. You don't need more willpower, you need better inputs. And I appreciate you watching this video. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.